Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. 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 Parrot TV.
Hi, I am Dustin Pickering from Parrot Literary Corner. You know me, your noble and honest host, and I've got exciting news for you. Last anthology, Series 1, The Literary Parrot, did such a great job. We wanted to continue to provide this community service to our viewers and to our contributors to the program. So please get up and get a copy immediately. You know, if you're in this book, you want to get a copy. If you're not in the book, you want to get a copy and see what we're doing. You want to be excited with us. We want you on this program, and we hope to see you sometime soon on The Literary Parrot. You have to get your hands on this copy. It's amazing. It's an absolutely beautiful anthology meant just for you. Our past guests have been invited back to contribute yet again to this Series 2. We do this quarterly anthology. We will be doing this after our 200 episode milestone. As of this last quarter, we reached 200 episodes, and past that, get up and get a copy immediately. This is the only TV show on earth for creative writers, and our guests are amazing. They're also community activists building from the ground up. This program is for everybody out there who is a creative mind. Order several copies if you can and donate to local libraries. Give them to your friends, cousins, fans, supporters, anybody that you think loves poetry. And it's not just poetry in this book. Remember, this is creative mind. So we have prose, fiction, short stories, essays, artwork, anything you can think of, artistically creative, photographs. Everything in this book is packed. It is packed. It is just absolutely packed. If you want to get your hands on it now, hello, welcome to World Inkers Network. I'm your noble and honest host, Dustin Pickering, and today we have the Poetry Beast celebrating Eye of Reality. We'll welcome him to the program and just put him on here in a second. Here he is, the Poetry Beast from Canada. Awesome. So tell us about your new book. What's fresh in this book, the Eye of Reality?
Well, this book, The Eye of Reality, is as usual in me is a bilingual book. So one side is in Catalan, and the other side is translated by myself in English. And it is a book that shouldn't have been published in the first place, because the initiative was to write of poems about existence, more philosophical than really a book about the realities of the world. But then as life went on and I suffered myself, that is a reflection of what's going on in the world, on wars, racism, inequality, poverty. The book came across, you see, and I just couldn't really stop my inner self to just write the book with 5 sections. That is called, like you just said, the consciousness of reality. So, for example, the first one is the Earth, and is followed up by this wonderful sumi painting by the Japanese artist Ryoko Minamitani. So there's another chapter about abuse to women, especially about war, and I left the rest for people to buy the book and investigate. So as the first one was like a kind of the Year of Eternity was a kind of like a first epoch poems, like suddenly like a kind of like a volcano exploding on randomly personal experiences, you see, and issues with society. This one was aimed to the main issues that we all in the world, all of us, are suffering.
Right.
Like I mentioned, environmental impacts, abuse of women, poverty, etc. And it was a really painful but very mystical experience to write this book. As you know, and the Poetry Beast doesn't really plan the poems. Things come to me and I write. It's like I got this facility, or this gift to or this shamanic energy that gives me the literature. And yeah, each poem was like an extreme experience, like for example, the first one, The Eye of Reality, that has it sets the book, you see, before any of the chapters, and say things that that something like the eye of reality shuts out the enforced silence to free the millions of entombed screams. You see, I think just that says a lot. You see, to free the millions of entombed screams. You see, like so. Yeah, it is a formidable reading, because unlike a lot of the poetry that he comes across as or heard a lot about a lot of people, very dense and very academic and elitist, I can guarantee you that you can read any of these poems easily,
right?
And they'll hit you. That doesn't mean that the poems don't have structures and words that you may need to look up in the dictionary, because it's not just random poems. They're very well written and translated, but they're very accessible to people. Like people can really read it like a story,
Right.
That's what I aim with my books. I could really be very academic because I have the skills, but my mystical energy says the opposite. Everybody gotta be. Poetry is oral mainly, and it has to be for everybody.
I agree. I think
and the book has something very shocking. If you look at the cover, okay, the cover looks like a kind of like a mystical, surreal painting, But in reality, if you look closely, that's a picture under the sea, and what it is there flying are plastic. So you have the eye, not as the physical eye really, but as the consciousness that deep down we know that we're destroying our environment, the environment that sustains us. Not only the environment, like as physical environment, as oceans or forest, but also our physical and mental environment as a species, So it is really a really impactful book, It's like a kind of a book where it'll put you on the spot, of what needs reflecting on, rather on more romantic and respectful, whoever wants to write that stuff. I'm not going to criticize it. But if we look for something that can bring change into society, we got to start with ourselves. And this book gives you a lot of tools,
Oh, that's interesting. So when did you and why did you rebrand
Sorry.
as the Poetry Beast?
Well, the thing is that just let me put this. Yeah, the thing is that there are two versions there. The first one is that nobody, especially in the UK, can pronounce my name. Xavier Panades or the Catalans or whatever. So that's true. So I never was looking for any nicknames, but my producer and I did some gigs, and everybody he heard, and I saw that everybody was calling me a beast. God, guy is a beast on the stage. He's gosh, so powerful and intense, etc. So he did a poster, and without my permission, he just wrote the Poetry Beast.
Mm-hmm.
He did a poster for one of the gigs, and then it says Aka Xavier Panades. And actually, that was the same week that my hair, as you could see, changed. So there was a change of image.
Mm-hmm.
A beautiful Kurdistan man from the I think it was Turkish Kurdistan cut my hair off without permission. He didn't understand me.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah. So we went to the concert, different name, different hair,
Mm-hmm.
and actually a lot of people turn up.
Oh wow.
People that already knew me, but other people that kind of say, the Poetry Beast, that's that guy. So that connection between my performances, that guy that I cannot say the name, and the Poetry Beast, bam, And since then, I've been the Poetry Beast, In fact, that the first album is come out like a few weeks back. It's called Legless Poets.
Mm-hmm.
And he's from now on, unless I do something with Errol, he's going to be the Poetry, or with somebody else, he's going to be the Poetry Beast, or the Beast and the Beauty, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And actually, I like it. I really feel, first time in my life, I really feel identified with the name with a name, with an artistic name. I never could get down to something, And I don't know, what do you think? Do you think it fits me, the Poetry Beast?
I think it's interesting. I mean, it gives a kind of, both an animalistic energy, shamanistic energy, and it can also reflect on, like as you mentioned, environmental questions and things like that. Reflecting back to animals and environment, kind of in a little bit of it speaks of the current zeitgeist, I guess you could say, to an extent, because I think beast is like a like what we're acting as beasts in the world,
Yes.
Animalistic, and we're kind of degrading ourselves in a lot of ways, that I'm sure Eye of Reality covers a lot of that kind of consciousness, and how we can bring ourselves back out of that, lift ourselves out.
I agree with you. I think it's not only people that we perform. I think performing apart from, or as well as the technique or the whatever you can learn to interpret a poem, intonation, etc. I think it is, in my case, and a lot of people that are prof, too, it is a lot about the need to express ourselves. And that is the first step, I find a lot of people in my corners, in my way, that they can. There is a more intellectual or more want to, when they perform, and it's fine. I'm not criticizing that, but that kind of unsaid or undefinable, or something that cannot be defined, that you need to express yourself. It's human. It's everybody, anybody. That you don't need to be a poet or an actor or whatever. I think, and I agree with you, everybody need and has the right to express themselves, as much as they have the right to be with themselves every day, at least 20 minutes. That's another one, to be with ourselves is so important, it's so enjoyable, you see. and the need to express ourselves, whatever, like mumbling or whatever, or with a poem or cuddle. That's so human, so human, and at the core of expressing, channeling human emotions is, through poetry or whatever, is that core, that need to express ourselves, to express that thing that is inside, and not need to be anybody else, not even ourselves, just to express, like when a wolf howls,
Right.
just howls, woo, just express, that something inside.
Right. So do you think if more people engaged in the arts, it would maybe lead to a revolution or like a thought process, thought processes of amongst in our current situation? Worldwide?
Absolutely. I mean, without getting into politics, everybody knows that the current capitalist system prioritizes economic benefits. You see, that of course leads to people focusing on careers and personal development related to finance, and that of course leads to inequality, because not everybody can reach that, those great levels of richness, or personally and economically, to be rich, because there's not enough money for everybody to be rich. So therefore, there's always going to be a lot of people that are poor, and a very few that are rich. Even if there are more people rich now, there'll be 100,000 more that are poor. So if we change the system, that instead of being solely focused on economic profit, but more on personal development, or on having a more artistic, or expressing their own needs, you see, it'll be much different. People will be educated in the same schools. We can, you'll be working in the community, so cheaper services for everybody, more time to spend with kids, our kids, less pollution, etc., etc. See, the arts are education. The arts are part of the education. Education is basic. One of the main problems that we are facing nowadays is that people don't take responsibility in their lives. If there is a situation at work, there's a mistake, I can find a lot of the times that people don't have that kind of emotion, saying, oh, I made a mistake, I should use this as a challenge to become better. Like apparently this not caring at all. I get away with it, don't caring at all. And if you transfer that to billions of people or souls, or whatever you want to call it, and the consequences, then yeah, we have a problem with education. That doesn't mean that we need to be like super strict, etc. It's just that kind of saying, well, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to learn. I'm going to try to do it better, And if I am better, then there is more harmony, and the world, my family is better, my community is better, my country is better, the world, the humanity is better, So the arts can give you that tool to kind of channel those emotions, rather than keeping them in. Right. And get into depressions and get into social problems at work, So yeah, I mean, it's the arts is a column for reassembling, humanity, because the humanity is so now decimated,
Right. So we're going to take a brief break. We'll come back with some of your poetry.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. Yeah. Good conversation going on. We'll be right back.
Experience the rhythm of Africa come alive at Daylight Africa Week 2023 in Senegal. Join us for the groundbreaking Transatlantic Family Reunification Forum, where hearts unite and stories of resilience span continents. Journey through the rich culture of Dakar, Gorée Island, and St. Louis, where the echoes of the past shape our future. Lights, camera, action. Be captivated by the film screening and cinema forum, a celebration of African American women in cinema in collaboration with Daylight Africa. Network with visionaries and trailblazers during our social and economic networking events. Together, we'll build bridges to a brighter future. Daylight Africa Week 2023 in Senegal. An unforgettable journey awaits you from September 2nd to 10th. Reserve your spot now at www.daylightafrica.org. Terms and conditions apply. Events are subject to change.
Seduced by Jill Sharon Kimmelman. I had always privately scoffed at the notions that a lover's touch could truly cause fair skin to blush, that a single kiss bestowed could render one silly, sly with desire. Such things found in poems and novels were nothing but crafted fiction, or so I thought. I know better now. My skin still carries the imprint of your touch. With the brilliance of clarity, I recall the taste of sweet and savage kisses. Pleasure beyond any imagining still sings within my veins, sweeter than any nectar upon the tongue, and louder than the fiercest pain. Seduced, a poem by Jill Sharon Kimmelman.
Welcome back to World Inkers Network. I hope you enjoyed that piece by Jill Sharon Kimmelman called Seduced. We have the Poetry Beast with us today, and he's going to read us some beastly poetry. So go for it. Put you on here on the center. Go ahead and read a couple poems for us.
Actually, I'm going to start with a poem by Harriet Lowenhelm, translated to English by Charlotte Haynes, I suppose, if she is from the UK. I've been invited by Right to Word, in particular by our co-director Dominic Williams, is a local poet. Is Bart, quite an interesting character. You should interview him. And there is this project with Sweden called Ripples, and to do a performance of this poem that I chose. And I'm gonna have to do a video, but I like to start with this poem, because I think that it is important to also cherish other poets, and then I can do some in Catalan from the Eye of Reality. And it's called One Time a Kingdom. It's quite short, and see how it goes, because I've just been, as I said, reading it and kind of studying it. So I'm not going to perform from memory, but I'm going to read it, okay? So one time a kingdom. So it says, one time a kingdom, I ruled over Asia. Honey and milk in that land overflowed. Golden the harvest, I reaped in it, Asia. Precious the gems in its rich mother lode. milk and honey. Eja, Eja! Am I not its king today? Are all these riches no more mine? Are these riches no more mine? Milk and honey, Eja, Eja! Am I not its king today? Is the kingdom no more mine? Is the kingdom no more mine? That's it. Just a short.
Very short, very passionate. Thank you.
Yeah, I do like it because it comes about as kind of you don't know whether if it is a king or it is someone that is delusional or it is just someone having a joke, or joking,
Right.
So it's quite an interesting poem, and it's very metaphoric, like milk and honey, Eja, Eja. You just don't know what do you mean about milk and honey, a kingdom, giving milk and honey. I like it. It's got a lot of depth, and it's also quite short and easy to understand. It's quite accessible to, so see how it goes, see what kind of video I'm doing with that. Is, keep following the poetry beast,
So you can read another one if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll read. I think it'll be interesting to read one in Catalan. Okay. I am working in a few projects. One of them is a new set of poems in Catalan. Some of them are already recorded, and I'm in collaboration with the same Japanese artist that is put the Sumi paintings, or let me use her Sumi paintings in the book. It is a very different. It's more kind of slower than the others. I do recite calma, but it feels like I have even more passion in it. It's more intense. Like it is, I think reciting slowly, it kind of like gives me more time, to add or push more diversity in it. So I'm going to find I'm going to find a book, a poem actually called Smile. This poem is about a personal experience of a couple where the husband was immobilized and the wife left temporarily her career as a lawyer to take care of her husband until he passed away. So I used to go to their home and help them with the caring, personal care and other care. The only way he could communicate was through the eyes and sometimes a little smile. And that's why the name of the title is a Smile. So he says, sempre esperant a la porxada. Els ulls són l'única porta entre el món interior i l'exterior. La resta descansa perpètuament. No podia desfer-me de la suor que supura dels poros, d'una pell massa blanca i un cos indiferent. Exhalacions que gemeguen de les cordes vocals, formiguejos innocents que devoren el meu cos cru. El seu tacte m'estimava quan em rentava Els seus ulls gegants em miraven quan em vestia. El seu somriure em feia plorar. Em transportava suaument al santuari de la felicitat, on tornava a sentir-me humà. Sí, podia haver-me abandonat, però fidel al nostre amor, continua al meu costat, per la meva soledat, fer-me somriure.
Wow.
So that's a smile, and as you could kind of feel, is him writing the poem, but of course he cannot, is immobile.
Right.
So just through the smile and the eyes, he could express this. And day after day, looking at their interactions, I kind of felt and gathered that he was saying that in just in his way. So I can read it in English. Smile.
Okay.
He says, always waiting on the porch. Eyes are the only door between the inner and outer world. Everything else forever rests. I couldn't get rid of the sweat that spills from the pores of a too white skin and an indifferent body. Exhalations that moan from the vocal cords. Tingling sensations that devour my raw body. Her love touched me when she washed me. Her giant eyes look at me when she dressed me. Her smile made me cry. It transported me gently to the sanctuary of happiness, where I felt human again. She might have abandoned me, faithful to our love. She stayed beside me, and in my solitude, she makes me smile.
Lovely. Universal sentiments,
Yeah.
I think we have time for maybe one more, if you want to do another one.
Yeah, would you like another one? Okay. See, I like to prepare, but also like to leave it like a bit open. I'm going to go for let me see. There. I got one called Transcending. Okay. I think women need a major push into leading our society. I think women and LGBT groups or group, they need to allow to run this society in their kind of different mindsets. You see, this poem is very short. It's about a woman that transcends the abuse that she suffered from her husband after her death. So, els petons ballaven en la negror i encenien una llum rebel que enlluernà el seu somriure, alliberant la dona de la mort. Els ulls secs de negró no trobaven la realitat. Era com mirar-se en un espill i enfrontar-se a la buidor. Va udolar desesperadament en l'espai. L'eco frenètic dels crits cristal·litzaren. Plorar silenciosament en l'oblit. La seva memòria fugia en la nit. Una mà invisible l'empenyé suaument. Va caure amb un pou amb mil sortides. Va deixar de sentir, posseir, pensar, i en consciència pura es transformar. It's also one of the tracks. So in English is kisses danced in blackness, igniting a rebellion light that dazzled her smile, freeing the woman from death. Eyes blinded by blackness, they could not find reality. It was like looking into a mirror and confronting emptiness. She howled desperately in space. The frantic echo of the screams crystallized. She cried silently in oblivion. Her memory fled in the night. An invisible hand pushed her gently. She fell in a well with 1,000 exits. She stopped feeling, possessing, and thinking. In pure consciousness, she was transformed.
Well, thank you so much for being on the program today, the Poetry Beast, World Inkers Network. It's been wonderful talking with you, and beautiful performances of your work and others. You know, I like that you left the stage open for other people, and look forward to interviewing you again in the future. So just keep the work going, keep the poetry coming out, and Eye of Reality. It's a bilingual collection. Take a look at that. You can find that online, I'm sure. And you've also got some spoken word and some performances online on, I believe, Bandcamp. Is that the site you can find that at? Great. It's been wonderful talking with you. So we'll close out here. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure being in your program, Dustin. Thanks for your help and support.
Absolutely. You've been watching World Inkers Network, and if you want to donate to our program, we have a PayPal handle here, support. It's the paypal.me/nyparrot. Just send us some cash, any amount you want to send. We don't mind $5 or $500. You know, whatever you've got to spare, if you want to send it our way. And if you want to be on the program, take a look at the banner at the below there. If you want to be featured on the show, send your bio and a few samples of your work to publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. Don't forget that dot in between publication and World Inkers. If you don't put the dot there, it gets lost in cyberspace. We never see it. So just please don't forget that. And thanks for watching today. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already subscribed. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and so would World Inkers Network and Parrot TV. And I hope you guys out there have a wonderful day, and just go out there and do some writing and enjoy the afternoon or the day, whatever time it is for you in your particular world period, and, you know, wherever you're at. And, you know, I hope you will do some writing today, and I'll get you closed out here in just a second. Get to writing.
Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot.